So what you're saying is birthdays are very important for you. And if someone doesn't wish you a happy birthday, it means they never loved you or that they just don't care about you.
Right, because I feel like that's a special day, just like anniversaries, Christmas. You want to show that, hey, I didn't forget about you. Hey, I love you. It's your special day. It's your born day. Like, let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, what do you want to do? It's your day. So the fact that he didn't say happy birthday, not even a simple text. Like, you didn't have to come out your way and see me. Just a simple text saying, "Hey, happy birthday. Enjoy yourself." Would have been great. But I didn't get nothing.
So what you're saying is you don't feel like you were asking for much. A simple acknowledgement of your special day would have been enough for you.
Yeah, it would have been sufficient. Like, hey, happy birthday, enjoy yourself. Hope you have a great day, and I would have been like, okay, cool, thanks, man. Kudos to you. Thanks for not forgetting, even though you have somebody else. So,
So you're saying you didn't expect much, but you were disappointed that you got no acknowledgement.
pretty much, it was a horrible feeling, you know? Someone that you spent, maybe like he was the first guy like I actually like moved out of my parents and we got a dog together, planning like our future, maybe get married and have a couple kids and move to like a different state and it was just like mind blowing that I couldn't even get a simple text.
So you're saying for you this relationship was a big deal, and you thought that it was going to go further than it did, and it really hurt you when you didn't even get a happy birthday text.
Yeah, it was really horrible and I was just flabbergasted. I never thought that he would do that to me.
So you're saying you were very surprised at his behavior because you thought of him differently.
I did. I thought whether we're together or not, um, maybe if we moved on or who knows, I would at least got a simple text and didn't get nothing at all. So it was a horrible feeling. And then I think like maybe like a couple weeks later like I addressed it to him. I said, I didn't you didn't have to say happy birthday to me, but it would have been nice if I would have gotten a happy birthday. And he just made an excuse like, oh, I forgot what day it was. I was exhausted from work. Listen, I could be rock climbing on the Great Wall of China and I would still find a way if I have to send you a carrier pigeon to tell you like, hey, happy birthday, enjoy your day. But it was just crazy. Like, it was just upsetting. So yeah, and then moving forward, after that, I think sometime in September, um, I guess he couldn't deal with me, like he wouldn't hit me up, text me, so I would have to text him, hey, how's Obi? Does he need food? Does he need this? And I think he got tired of it, and he just couldn't deal with me anymore. Also, he had to be at work for like 3 4 days, and the people that were living with him, one person would stay home and wasn't feeding the dog. um, Miraculously would walk the dog but wouldn't feed him, which I don't understand. I would buy him the dog food and everything. I even told my ex, if he needs food, let me know. I will go and get. I would find a way. I would do anything to get the dog food and bring it there. That way he didn't have to come out here, and although he should have because he had a car and I didn't have a car at the time. I would ask my mother or my sister, or even a friend, like, hey, I need to drop this dog food for my dog so he doesn't starve. So when he went home from his job, he noticed that the dog was pretty skinny. You could see like when I went to get the dog, because he called me and said, you need to come get the dog, come tomorrow. And I said, okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to be like, where am I going to where am I gonna bring him? Clearly I couldn't bring him to my parents' house because they have 3 dogs, and I didn't want any conflicts whatsoever. So luckily I have a friend, and I asked him, like, look, like, I need you, like, I don't want to lose my dog again, and I would really appreciate if you could help me out. And my friend said, yeah, no problem. I love dogs, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I went and got Obi. I went and got the dog. And then when I saw him, I said to myself, I'm like, he looks really skinny. I saw his spine, just by like lightly touching it, and I didn't like it at all. It broke my heart. I'm like, you poor thing. And then my friend stopped by my parents' house, and he saw the dog, and my dog loved him. Went right up to him, tail wagging, little wiggle worm, and it was great. And yeah, so I was happy that I had a place to bring my dog, and I thought that was the end of it with my ex. So yeah.
So you're saying that the breakdown in communication between you and your ex continued to deteriorate, but your dog was still living with your ex, and you told him whenever the dog needs food or care, please contact me, but he wasn't really doing that, and your ex actually told somebody else to take care of the dog, but the dog was actually neglected and was not being fed, and you couldn't bring the dog to your parents' house because your parents have 3 dogs. So you were able to get in contact with one of your friends, though, who was willing to let the dog stay with him, and that the dog immediately connected with your friend. So what you're saying is where your ex couldn't help you, you had a friend who was able to.
Yes. Very thankful, blessed, and lucky to have my friend, because my friend knew what was up. Like, I would cry to him, I would vent to him, I would confide in him and be like, I don't know what to do, because I would tell my ex, I'd be like, listen, if you can't walk him, if you can't feed him, the people that are living with you can't do that, let me know. I will find a way. I will take a bus. I'll take a train. I'll take an Uber. I'll do something just to get over there and make sure my dog is harm's way, being fed and being walked. Because I feel like that's just ridiculous. He's like a child. Would you let your nieces or nephews starve for 4 days? I think not. And that's not fair to him. It was not fair to my dog.
So what you're saying is you were very committed to the care of your dog, because for you a dog is similar to a child in that they can't take care of themselves. So it's up to you to take care of them. But your ex wasn't delivering.
No, definitely not delivering, because we were in the beginning we were talking about, like, having a family and getting married. So we started off, oh, let's get a dog first, and then eventually, so when we tried to have a kid and it wasn't happening, I saw my dog as my child. I loved him, I walk him, I play with him. That's he's my responsibility. That's my baby. So, and I just thought it was very malicious of my ex to do that. And I even said it to my ex, if you need me, let me know. My ex would respond, oh, but I don't want you here, because then you'll just stay and try to talk to me. And I made it very clear to my ex, and I said, no, whether you're in this house or not, I'm coming here for one person and one person only, and that's to see my dog, to take care of him, to walk him and feed him. As long as I walked him and I fed him, my dog is good, his belly is full, his bladder is empty, I'm on my way out. You want to talk? Sorry, I'll catch you later. My dog is important to me. My dog is my number one priority.
So what you're saying is you and your ex had discussed in the past the possibility of starting a family, and you guys did attempt to start a family, but it didn't happen, and you wanted to kind of practice with getting a dog first. Just the sharing of the responsibility of taking care of another life. And you feel deeply hurt of his mistreatment of the dog, especially because of what your dog represents to you, and that you took that commitment on. And you feel like it was profoundly mean what happened.
It was really mean because at the time when we got him, I was working. I had to be at work at 7. So I would wake up, walk my dog, feed my dog, went to work. As soon as work was done, I had to rush back, pick up my ex from work, go home, walk the dog, cook dinner, shower, go to sleep, wake up, and repeat.
So what you're saying is your schedule was very difficult. You were juggling so many things in the air, and you felt that your ex's inability to help out with your dog put a lot of stress on you.
It put a lot of stress on me, and also the thing that would make me really upset was my ex would just sit there and be like, "Oh, you love that dog more than me." And I said to him very clearly, I'm like, "No, I love you both equally. Yes, I may love him more because he doesn't make me cry, he doesn't stress me out, except for when he pulls me, he doesn't listen to me, but he's a little rambunctious firecracker. What is there to expect?" And it would just bother me because I'm like, like he was abandoned. Nobody chained my ex up to a fence for 3 days. No food, no water, no shelter, alone, dark, scared. Maybe they use him as a bait dog because he's a half pit. So probably how people's mentality are. It's disgusting. And I even said that to my ex, and I was like, I love my dog. I'm like, I love you too. Yes, like I love my dog, but I'm intimate with you. I do a lot of things for you. I do the same thing with my dog. Obviously, I'm not intimate with my dog, but I saw my dog as my child, like my child. My dog never made me cry. My dog never made me question my worth, or made me think that I wasn't good enough, or I was an unfit parent or unfit partner.
Pause the video.
Oh, why didn't you say something?
No,